If you've ever felt like God is silent, like your prayers are echoing into emptiness, this message is for you. Psalm chapter 46 verse 10 says, "Be still and know that I am God." Let that sink in. Stillness isn't punishment. It's presence. If this resonates already, drop a "yes" in the comments to let others know they're not alone. The pain of silence. Let's name it, silence hurts. Especially spiritual silence. You pray, you fast, you cry, and nothing. But silence doesn't mean absence. It often means God is working in ways we can't yet see. Pause this video for 10 seconds. Reflect. What's one area where you feel God is quiet? What stillness reveals? Be still and know. Stillness reveals what noise hides. It's in the quiet that we hear our own hearts and God's whisper. God's silence is often an invitation to deeper intimacy. If you've ever found clarity in the quiet, share your story in the comments. Your testimony might be someone's breakthrough. Trusting the process. Faith in the waiting means trusting God's timing. Believing He's working behind the scenes. Surrendering control. Say it aloud. I trust you, God, even in the silence. Screenshot this moment and share it with someone who's waiting on God. Personal story or analogy. I remember a season of deep silence. I begged God for direction. Nothing came. But in the stillness, I learned to listen differently. And when the answer came, it was clear, powerful, and worth the wait. In that space of silence, I discovered not just patience, but a profound understanding of my own heart. It was where doubts transformed into questions, and fears melted into faith. I realized that stillness became my sanctuary, a place where I encountered my vulnerability. When we quiet the chaos around us, we enable God's voice to break through. It beckons us to trust, to lean into that discomfort, and to embrace the journey ahead with renewed hope and strength. In that stillness, I learned to notice the gentle nudges of God's guidance, often disguised as mere thoughts or subtle impressions. It was as if the silence itself was breathing life into my spirit, reshaping my perception of waiting. Through journaling and reflection, I uncovered layers of insight that had previously remained hidden. I began to understand that silence is not just an absence of sound, it is a space rich with potential and promise. Each moment of quiet became a canvas upon which God painted His truth, a reminder that His presence was always there, even when it felt distant. As I sat with my thoughts, I often recalled the promise in Psalm chapter 46 verse 10, to be still and know. Those words echoed in my mind like a melody, guiding me back to the heart of the matter. God is right there, in the waiting, teaching me to trust His plan. Each time I surrendered my need for immediate answers, I experienced a flicker of peace that warmed my soul. When I finally embraced the quiet, I found strength that I had never known before within me, a strength rooted in faith, acceptance, and unwavering hope for what was to come. In those moments of reflection, I grasped the depth of God's wisdom waiting patiently for me to engage. It was as if He invited me into a deeper dialogue, one that required me to still my racing thoughts and simply be. The urge to fill the silence with noise faded, replaced by a longing to bask in His presence. Gradually, I learned that the absence of overt answers didn't equate to abandonment, rather, it offered a fertile ground for spiritual growth and intimacy with the divine. Embracing that stillness became a lifeline, reminding me of the beauty hidden within uncertainty. Embracing that stillness allowed me to foster trust in the process, to acknowledge that waiting is not merely a pause but a period of profound growth. In those moments, I began to see how the discomfort of silence was intertwined with grace, guiding me toward a deeper relationship with God. As I reflect on my journey through silence, I invite you to embrace yours. Remember that each moment you feel alone is merely preparation for the breakthroughs yet to come. Cling to faith, foster trust, and hold on to hope, for divine presence surrounds you always, weaving together a beautiful tapestry of spiritual growth. If you're in a silent season, comment, "Still waiting, but still trusting," closing prayer and invitation. God, teach us to trust you in the silence. Help us be still and know that you are working, even when we can't hear you. If this prayer spoke to you, share this episode with someone who needs it. Subscribe for more weekly encouragement, and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment of faith.